Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're listening from and when you're listening to this. My name is Ronald Kenneth. I'm Africa's premier smartphone productivity coach, and this is a live chat with Ronald. Okay, so we do this every week, and we have different guests come to discuss topical issues here on the platform. The broadcast is, or should I say, the rebroadcast of this particular session is live on Spotify, on Google Podcast, on Apple Podcast, and a lot of other online platforms. So we are going to be discussing a very important issue today. We're going to be talking about unlocking creativity, and I have with me tonight a very creative individual. I consider him someone who has unlocked his creative genius. He's no other than Captain Didymus. Okay, I will give him the floor right now, so he would do the introductions, tell us about himself, and then would you know delve into the conversation for today. So, Captain Didymus, you are allowed to speak now. Hello, Captain Didymus. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so
Hello.
while we yeah, okay, he's here. Welcome,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is
Celebrity
Captain
Captain
Didymus.
Didymus.
My name is Captain Didymus. I'm an upcoming artist and I was on blue.
Yeah, you are not upcoming anything. You are not upcoming. You are blue already, Oga. You are not upcoming. Okay, so let me not cut
Mm.
your flow. Okay, just tell us about yourself. Sell yourself in a couple of minutes. You can decide to use the entire show to talk about yourself. We don't mind.
Okay. All right. Once again, good evening, everybody. Um, yes. First of all, I want to thank Sir Ronald, my boss, for this great opportunity to talk about me and to share my knowledge on this our topic, unlocking creativity. Yeah. Once again, my name is Captain Didymus, and by the grace of God, I do some couple of stuff, and I'm going to be telling us. First of all, I'm a Christian, yes, and I love God. I'm a social media page manager. Yes, I'm a model. I'm a musician as well. By the grace of God, I play some couple of instruments. I play the bass guitar, I play the keyboard, I play the drums, I play the acoustic guitar, and I do a whole lot of digital marketing. Some of those are email marketing, and I also create content on social media. And then again, I'm a video editor, and I also teach how to edit videos with your smartphone. And generally, I'm the founder of CeeDiMedia, and I'm a comedian.
Omo, only you. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic.
So it, so it.
Okay, you still have more. They are still okay. Okay, okay. Continue.
I'm a life coach. I'm a text animator.
Wow.
I'm a gospel mashupist, if there's anything like that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's true. I've listened to a couple of your mashups. Man, guy, you are good. You are good. How I
I'm
wish we
good.
can
I'm
have
good.
you. How I wish we can have you play one or two of your mashups? Like, is it possible for you to play it from there?
I wouldn't mind though.
Yes,
Ew,
yes,
it's
yeah. Maybe
just
like maybe like if it's like 10 minutes mashup, you can just play us maybe 1 minute. Then you tell us where we can go and download the remaining the remaining one. Because I've listened to your mashups and bro, you are good. We are talking about sorry I'm cutting you short here, but we are
okay,
talking
okay.
about creativity, and trust me when I say you are one of such people I've met that exudes creativity at its peak. It's one
Mm,
thing to have all the resources to start something with and then
yeah, yeah.
use them effectively. But it's another thing to have little or no resource,
Mm,
but still engage your creative mind. I like to refer to creativity as the ability to use the imagination
yeah. Hello, hello.
produce novel ideas or products that is useful to the society. So it's almost like you conceptualize these things and boom is there. Today you have hit us with this. You're always hitting us with something. Oga, you are doing well. Okay, so
Thank
I
you
think
very
it's
much,
having,
sir.
I think maybe
I
network
don't know.
issues or something.
I was
Can you hear
finding
me,
it
Captain?
really difficult to get what you're saying. I don't know if it's my network. I don't know.
Didymus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me, sir?
I want to be sure that you can hear me. Okay. So go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
The line was really terrible. I was finding it very difficult to get the things you were saying. But I know it's not just hyping, sir. I'm grateful.
Hello, Captain Didymus. Can you hear me? I want to be sure that you can hear me. Oh.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm trying to, figure out if I can get any of my nearby instruments. But those things, no, they're around here. But I'll just go on. Then maybe before the end of the show, something will comfort.
No problem. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Good evening, everybody. And that was my introduction. Now, first thing I'm going to say tonight, we are talking about unlocking creativity. And the very first thing we should know, first of all, creativity is a general word, and I would like to just brief us. Sir Ronald was actually hitting on what it really is and what it should be. I'll just quickly tell us what it is and then move on to talking about unlocking creativity. So, yeah, basically, creativity is the ability to think about a task or a problem in a new or different way. Creativity is also the ability to use our imagination to generate new ideas. And all of these things that I'm saying, they are things I could actually relate to, because one thing that creativity does is it enables you to solve complex problems. I'm saying this generally because you need to know that creativity is not just for music artists, spoken word artists, and all the entertainment parts of life. It also applies greatly in business. Is one point we should note. And if you're creative, you're looking at things from a different perspective. So I'll start from when I was a child. Yeah, the first thing I was doing was playing the drums. I started from playing the drum set. Though I'm talking about unlocking creativity from the general perspective, but based on the side that I'm greatly passionate about, which is music, I'm going to be giving us a little one-on-one talk. So yeah, I started from drumming. So sometimes I go for rehearsals and I'm not allowed to drum, but we move. I watch and I learn. So somehow I got the opportunity to drum, and they found me worthy of drumming. you know. So that was in my village, anyways. I moved to Port Harcourt, Element to be specific. I was in children church. Obviously, if you're in children department, you roll with the children department. You don't have anything to do with the adults. But then in adult church, they had all the instruments. So I had the opportunity of drumming for the first time, and that was how somehow I was promoted before my mates or before my colleagues in the children church. I started drumming in adult church. But this is where it affected me. Drumming for please confirm if you can hear me, Sarona. Hello? Hello? Okay. Sarona is not here. Oh. Someone else should confirm if they can hear me. Can you hear me? Bang bang. I think there should be a button to raise up hand or something. Can someone just do that so I'm sure you guys can still hear me? Nobody is talking. Okay, all right. Moving on. I think I just got a notification that someone can hear me. Moving on, I started drumming in adult church. So when my friends and every other um, young person like me, when they got promoted to adult church, we're all in choir and all that. I knew I could sing, and whenever I tell them that I want to sing, they don't want me to sing. They would always push me to the drums, and that was a very serious problem for me because my guys they were singing in the choir. Even when I had someone who could actually, replace me in drumming and I choose to take the solo and stuff, nobody was ready to let me do that. It was bad. I felt really bad. But here is what I did. Because creativity, one thing about creativity, it's all about building a niche, creating your own platform, selling yourself, and coming up with new ideas and new stuff. So what I did then was that I called some of my friends. I don't mind mentioning their names, David, Kenneth, and Jeremiah. I called them that since teenagers day is coming up, the four of us we could sing. You know, the young singers. That was how we came up with our name, the young singers. To cut the short story shorter, we sang, and somehow we did a song that we had the opportunity of taking personal solos, and that got me to solo that uh, and then I was able to sell myself kind of that I could sing. From there, a bigger person took us and started training us on a cappella. And Sir Ronald, if you remember very well, I came with some of my friends to DC Prime. Those are the guys I started my music life with. And that was it. That was it. But then I discovered that if I keep singing or drumming, because somehow I started playing the piano and what's it called, the bass guitar. I play the piano, I play the bass guitar, and then I sing. But people still call me Diddy Drums. Even when I moved to DC Prime, I decided to come up with a name first of all, which is Captain Didymus, because I had this teenagers pastor. He usually calls me Captain because just cover up if I could cover up if could cover up the I could cover up for drums obviously, and then I could sing. If the singers they are not complete, so they started calling me Captain. I looked into the name Didymus. There's a whole lot of questions they usually ask. Is the captain, you know, came forth. I came to DC Prime. Sarunat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your audio is not too loud.
Okay, it's not too
Can
loud.
you, yeah, it's not
So can
so clear. So I don't know if you could do something about that, but you can hear me clearly. I'm sure about that.
very well, I can hear you clearly.
Let's go.
Okay. So when I got to DC Prime, one of the decision I made was that I wasn't going to drum because if I drum, they may not want me to sing. So I remember the first day, Bright was pushing me. Bright is one of my friend. He was pushing me to really go into the drum. I should go and drum for the choir. The drummer is not around and all that. So when I got there, Sir Ronald was the one on keyboard. So I remember the song the choir is My Only Hope is You, G. Me to drum. But somehow thing went well. And then I started drumming at the same time. I started singing and I was doing a whole lot at DC Prime. Creativity is, of course, I've mentioned it before, is coming up with something that is extremely unique and different from every other. Extremely unique and different from the norms. So I thought there is a particular way I could actually start doing my music because every other person can come up, get the mic, do the normal worship or do the normal praise or do the normal ministration or the normal anything. Okay, right now I want to dive into the main conversation, which is unlocking creativity. And just before I started talking, I already explained what creativity is and what it means and the points we should note. But I would like to also mention that creativity is synonymous to distinction. Creativity is synonymous to distinction, where you
Okay,
do
that's good.
things. So when you're talking about unlocking creativity, and the word unlocking, it means that there is something in there. For example, if you have a cage and there is a dog inside, and you say, go and lock that cage, you're open that cage, but using our topic, go and unlock that cage. It means that you're going there to unlock the dog to come out. So when you say unlocking creativity, it means that in you, there is a creative mind in you that needs to be unlocked. And that's what we'll be talking about tonight. So first of all, or I'm going to be sharing with us six rather, daily habits that can unlock your creativity. Because whether you like it or yes, you are creative. Now, one of the major,
Yeah, excuse me, Didymus. You just made a point now that I thought about before the live chat started. You just said every one of us is creative.
Hello, sir.
Yes, you just mentioned that every one of us is creative.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes, and
Yes, I
it's a
can.
point that we all need to take note of, especially for those who are going to be listening to this and thinking that there's nothing in for them. This is not a topic for them. They are not creative. They cannot do anything. They are
Yeah.
creativity less privileged. If there's any word like that, it's just a pointer to the fact that everybody has creativity. Everybody has the potential to take imagination to finish product that will be useful for the society. So yeah,
Exactly.
you have a point there when you say everybody is creative. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Everyone is creative. I like to emphasize. And the six daily habits I would love to share with us. Before I share it, I would like to let us know that one of the ways that you can unlock your creativity, like I said, that everyone is creative. One of the ways you can unlock it is knowing God, because that is, comedians. Some comedians say is your gag pata pata. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. Is your gag pata pata of them all, knowing God. Because when you know Him, that's, I call Him the God of creativity. Whenever I want to do stuff, I invite Him first of all. Now, when you know God and the person of the Holy Spirit and the things He's capable of doing, first of all, when you think about creation, the like mad creativeness in creation, then you know that God is not somebody you should joke with. He's not even our mate to start with. So first off, to unlock your creativity, you need to know God. Yeah. So moving on to the six daily habits to unlocking creativity is keep a schedule. If you want to unlock your creativity, it's not something you just jump into. I want to be creative, and so you see it's working in your life. Schedule a time for creativity. For starters, you can actually say every day I will take out 20 minutes for creative thinking. It could be in your business, it could be in your musical career, it could be in your anything at all. You take out 20 minutes to think creatively on that stuff you're doing. Secondly, you have to surround yourself with creative people. You surround yourself with creative people. How does this work? Now, let me share with my own experience. I have a friend and he does mashup. Talking about this mashup, he does mashup, very nice mashup. And one thing about him is he does mashup, he does gospel mashup, and he does secular mashup. Putting whiskey and David, all those people putting their songs together. And he did one particular mashup that got me. So from that mashup, I started singing that mashup. From singing that mashup, I started adding other things to that particular mashup. And it's just, I started thinking, if I can, that's about surrounding yourself with creative people. If I can build on this, I think I could actually have a very unique place musically. Because if I am being invited for a program, I have something to minister to people that is different from every other administration that they will listen to. I remember a program I attended last year at what's it called? Somewhere in Port Harcourt. For the sake of those that are not listening from Port Harcourt, so it doesn't sound strange. I went for the program, and every artist you come up, music, and the whole everywhere was just so loud. Yes, the ministration so good, saxophonist, everything so loud. So when I came up stage, they were asking me. In fact, as a matter of fact, keyboardist, drummer, everybody, they were already mounting. I said, no, thank you very much, thank you. And then I played a very calm, slow instrumentals, and the mashup started flowing. And that was how I just asked everybody to sit down because I love it when people sit down and listen. And I want to personally, I want to be in that um, crowd where I just have everyone sit down, and as they are listening to me, they are thinking about their life. As they are listening to me, they are giving their life to Christ. As they are listening to me, they are having a whole lot. They are thinking, when you talk about soul music, it's not just about um, you sing people to crying or all that. And when you're talking about even the worship in church and all that, it's not just to come and sing loud and have people fall and have. Sometimes you talk to the problem, the challenges. I mean, I was singing that day, and for the first time in my life, not in my life, because when I was in children's church, now, just to encourage you as a child, when you're singing, they'll come and be spraying you money or stuff. I was singing, and a woman, a very matured woman, she just came, knelt down in front of the altar, and she dropped a seed. So from that day, the Holy Spirit also opened my eyes that this is the line of music I should really, really build on. And to the glory of God, last year on my birthday, I released one of those songs. I think that particular song that I did in that program, I was able to record it in the studio and I released it. Now, how did this mashup thing start? It was because I had a contact on my phone that is creative. And aside him, talking about that one is talking about the mashup part. Now, Ronald Kenneth, my boss, I attended a class. There was a class. Sir Ronald, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There was this class you organized some time ago, sometime in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember exactly. But in that class, you were hitting on consistency, and the hitting on the consistency was so loud that even in the class I started thinking about my life. I was like, God, what can I do? What can I be consistent with? And then hitting on the consistency, I could also see you as a contact on my phone, that every Monday you drop Monday motivation. Yeah, you drop Monday
I
motivation.
remember.
And I was thinking, how can I come up with something that will be consistent, and then somehow people will anticipate and get blessed by it. I had to pray about it, and that was how Wednesday in Spirit Peace started. Amen. That was how Wednesday in Spirit Peace started. So, where it became a challenge, and maybe God wanted to see how I can go about this, was 2020. Sorry, 2021, which is last year. 2020, somehow the whole lockdown thing, it made it so easy. I mean, you can stay at home joblessly, carry your instruments, create your music. On Wednesday you post it, and it was like it was flowing. Oh, thank God I'm consistent with something. But 2021, when everything, work, school, project, everything, the thing was choking. It was choking. That was when I started asking for grace. God, I beg. God, I beg. And somehow God helped me. And today I can say that Wednesday in Spirit Peace is about 3 years or 2 years plus, to the glory of God. That is because I had a contact that was consistent with something, which is Boss Ronald, consistent with Monday motivation. And I also surrounded myself with him because then I usually attend most of your classes, and there's no how you organize an online class and you will not talk about consistency. So I learned a lot from that. And aside surrounding yourself because with creative people, Albert Einstein also said that creativity is contagious. Pass it on. So there is no how you'll be associated with people creative in their businesses, people creative in their entertainment or comedy whatever that you cannot grab it. So surround yourself with creative mindset. Another thing is have fun. Creativity doesn't need you to, serious thing. If you know me, you know me. I'm a very, one kind of human like that. I'm just fun. I'm not always this serious kind of person. And funny enough, in my fun time, when I'm trying to play around with music, like I said, the one I'm very passionate about, those are the times I create this mashup. You're just playing around with songs, and all of a sudden, deep down, you can see that this thing is coming up with something new. And then, of course, you pick up your smartphone and you record. You don't let anyone go unrecorded because you always have something you fall back to build on. Maybe it's that building period, that's when you will get serious to really come up with something and seek for the help of the Holy Spirit. Another thing is go out, walk out. I can't say much about this because personally I don't do workouts like go to the gym and stuff and all that. But then it is scientifically proven that when you exercise yourself, you know, it somehow opens your mind to so many things and all that. It happens. The fifth one is daydream as much as possible. Daydream as much as possible. Yes, allow your mind to wander. Allow your mind to just wander around things, creative stuff, because it can actually boost your memory. It can actually push you into, working towards that. And sometimes if you're feeling stumped, you just let yourself space out for these thoughts. Start thinking, think, think wild. Like think about things that you should I use the word scared of or stuff. Just dream big, basically. For you to be creative, you need to dream big. You need to dream big. You need to dream outside the box. You need to see things beyond what you see. In your business, you need to see things beyond what you see. And of course, start doing the things you've not been doing before. That's another way to unlock your creativity. And finally, you let go of the idea of perfection. You don't have to be perfect. If you have it in mind, you will never do anything. I was talking to some couple of friends that usually slide in my DM and they'll be like, how do you make these videos? How do you? Because I do a whole lot. How do you make these videos? And I remember when I attended Sarona's class, I want to talk about him again because it was because of him that I started my social media life somehow. And I'm so grateful to God for him. And that's why he's my boss in this life. You know, he said he started with one phone like that, whether Symbian phone or so, Express Music, I can't remember. But because of the day I told him I want to start doing stuff, he said, okay, start now. I said, but I have 2700. He said, I have a big phone that I can start. I said, sir, 2700. He said, yes, so at least I can access Facebook now. Abi?" I said, yes. So I should start. And that was how I started. Now, I didn't record my videos with 2700 though, but I recorded my video with my dad's phone. I posted the video on Facebook. I used my 2700 to follow up comments. I used my 2700 to share. I used my 2700 to reply to comments. Somehow Facebook, when you reply to comments, it notify other persons. So that was how I started. When I started playing the acoustic guitar was 2017, and I was just touching it. I wasn't perfect with it, and I recorded my first video. I dropped it on social. A few weeks back, I was looking at my Facebook. I scrolled down to the end part, and I saw stuff that if you should have that on your profile, you would want to delete it. And I almost did, but I said no. It's not the best thing to delete where I started from. I had a folder on my PC too that I was looking at my old videos. I was looking at these videos and I could tell that God has helped me in this life. So you don't need to be perfect. If you're a graphics designer, you don't need to learn all the tools. Or if you're a video editor, you don't need to learn or to have knowledge on how to use it. Even if you're a content creator, you don't need to have. I think it was recently that I got what's it called? A tripod stand. So you ask yourself, or you ask me, how have I been managing with my phone and recording myself? You know, and sometimes I record myself in a way that it looks like I'm using two cameras. God has blessed us with what we have. Use it. Whether you like it or yes, what you have is enough to start. And that's the truth. This perfection thing has really cost a lot of persons from starting what they have in mind. Because some persons, when it comes to this, what's it called? When it comes to content creation, they want to have digital camera, they want to have ring light, they want to have. By the grace of God, I launched my brand YouTube channel recently. I don't have a ring light. I don't have a digital camera. I'm still using my phone. At least sometimes you do stuff that at the end of the day, or in few years to come, you can look back and say, this is how I started. And you can see the trace of how God helped you. So truly, well, I'm not saying for graphic designers, I'm not saying you should deliver anyhow work and say you don't want to be perfect or stuff. But somehow you need to realize that every prolific artist has dealt with plenty of failures in their life. If you check their bio, or if you read their their stories, or if you watch their videos, they can tell, or you hear them talk about their failures. Some of them talk about their failures, 99 failures, the 100 times, the 100 times of their trial, they got it right. So you don't need to be perfect. So with all of these things that I've said, the truth is get intentional about creativity if you want it to flourish. Creativity is not a thought thing. It's not something you think about. It's something you work towards. And the truth is, you can't use up creativity. And that is why, where I started the mashup, that for some of you that have listened to my music, where I started the mashup is not where I am today. I started with doing some of my mashup, they are just, 3 to 4 different songs put together. But today, by the grace of God, I can do straight 10 songs in just one instrumental and it will make sense. So creativity, the more you use it, the more you have it. And that is one thing you should take home. I like to repeat myself. Get intentional about creativity if you want to flourish in it. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Captain Didymus. Oh my God. I was just listening and listening. You have said it all. It's almost like when someone talks out of experience, it's very obvious. It's
Yeah,
noticeable. It's
yeah,
something you cannot hide. Talking from
yeah,
experience is something when you do, it's impossible not to spot. You have mentioned a couple of things that are very, very important to unlock creativity. One of the things people need to leverage on is God. Without God, there is no creativity. In fact, it's the father of creatives, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so
Yeah.
whether you you're a musician, you're a graphic artist, whatsoever you do, there's a place of God in everything we do. There is God in everything we do. You
Mm.
know, so we should be able to um, source for strength from Him. Now, that
Yeah.
apart from that, the people you have in your network also are very, very important. You have said that. If you hang around 10 billionaires in a
Exactly.
particular period, at a particular time, you become the 11th billionaire. There's no two ways about it, you know. So for you to actually unlock your creativity, God number one, number two, the people you have around you, they have to be what you are looking for. You know,
Yeah.
hang around people who exude the type of energy that you want to exude. You know, so it's key. There are lots of things to say in respect to this, but I think these two things I have taken proper note of, and I'm sure every other person would actually put these two things to work. You know, begin to see progress in their lives and businesses. So God number one, and then hang around the right people. Okay. So thank
Yeah.
you, Captain Didymus. God bless you. Thank you so much for opening our
Thank
eyes to these truths. And thank you for sharing your personal experience with us. I think that's very important as well. A lot of people just talk, head knowledge, but when you see someone who is talking from a place of experience, it's very noticeable. Okay, so we want to follow you on all social platforms. I don't know. Can you share with us all your social platforms so those who are not connected to you already can connect with you?
Okay, guys. Like I said earlier, my name is Captain Didymus, and on Instagram, it's Captain underscore Didymus. It was actually Captain Didymus before, but my account was hacked. I've learned to maintain one name on all social media platforms. So on Instagram, it's Captain underscore Didymus. And then on Facebook, of course, it's Captain Didymus. On Twitter, it's Captain Didymus. On Telegram, it's Captain Didymus. On TikTok, it's Captain Didymus. On LinkedIn, it's Captain Didymus.
You're everywhere. You're everywhere.
On WhatsApp, it's Captain.
My friend, give us your WhatsApp number.
Okay, my WhatsApp number is 081 4433 1546. I'll take that again, 081 4433 1546. Didymus is spelled Didymmus. It's a biblical name and it means twin.
Yes, and for those trying to connect with him on WhatsApp, please remember his Didymus is in Nigeria. That's for those of you that are going to be listening from outside Nigeria. So you have to add the
Yeah,
+234 country code when you add his number to when you're trying to dial his number when you're trying to connect with him on Facebook or on WhatsApp. You know.
on WhatsApp.
So thank you, Captain Didymus. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here. I hope to have you join me later in maybe subsequent
Yeah,
episodes of this chat. There are lots
exactly.
of things to talk about. Lots of things to talk about. So um, you are most likely going to get an invite from me very soon again to
With
join
that
me
too.
here live. So thank you very much. Okay, so for those that are listening, you can be part of this live show, this live chat with me every week. You know, if you're listening from any part of the world, you can contact me on +234 81 3271 8024. I'll take that again. +234 81 3271 8024. So you can dial the number, give me a call, or you can add me up on WhatsApp and we can have a chat. So you can join me live on this platform and we can discuss and talk about topical issues. So if you're a writer, a speaker, a musician, an artist, an engineer, a doctor, whatsoever skill you have or whatsoever profession you are professing, you can actually come, even if you're a politician, you can come up here and let's have a chat, about pressing issues in your area of specialty. And then of course you can connect with me on all platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. On Facebook and LinkedIn, you can find me as Ronald Kenneth, of course. Ronald is spelled Ronald. Kenneth is KENNETH. So you can look for me on LinkedIn and Facebook with that. Then on Instagram and Twitter, I am at real Ronald Ken. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening so far. And no matter where you're listening to this from, and no matter the platform you're listening to it from, please and please hit the share button or copy the link and share with as many persons as you can find. Let's have people join and listen, and get value. I think that's what's lacking in this present dispensation. A lot of voices, everybody are just talking, and there's no actual value being exuded from people. Just have a lot of repetition of stuff, and then now have people misconceptualizing a lot of things, not actually thinking things through before they voice them out, and they're corrupting the entire crop of creatives that are springing up. People are not thinking deeply anymore. There's no in-depth thought and stuff. It becomes a problem. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Captain Didymus, for your time, and
All right.
God bless you all.
Sorry, I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that for those of you who would like to, look out for my music and download them, you can check it out on Audio Mac, Captain
Okay.
Didymus on Audio Mac, and then you'll be able to download. By the grace of God, I've been able to record two songs, one original and one mashup. And one original will be very useful for you this season of love because it's plenty love.
Plenty love. It's
So go
true.
look
I,
out
I
for
will
it.
use that
Yeah,
video and do something for Valentine. Me
I
now that
anticipate.
well, no wala. Let me not say there's something I want to say, but let me not say it. But that your song is for people that have,
The
now.
food I have God, though, sir.
There are people that have God. Yes, let's focus on heaven is the goal.
Heaven
Heaven
is
is
the
the goal.
goal.
All right, bro.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you so
please,
much for
if you're
having me.
listening, to this from Telegram, please and please invite more people to subscribe to this Telegram channel. If you are going to be listening to it from YouTube, please invite more people to join or to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're listening from Google Podcast, from Apple Podcast, from Anchor, if you're listening from Spotify, please and please get other people to be part of this particular uh, uh, live chat. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you all.
All right, sir. Bye.